What's up, Gus? What's going on? No problem, brother. Appreciate you even stopping past. And hello to anybody that's tuning in on both Twitch and YouTube. It's been, oh man, it's been a day. It's definitely been a day. Actually, it's been kind of a week as a whole. But gonna try to get through this the best way possible. I didn't feel like playing any PUBG. I didn't even know what the hell I was going to play tonight. Honestly, I had no idea on what I was going to play. And going through I guess the library, it was just nothing really stuck out to me. So I totally forgot that they had the new games that came out this month on PlayStation Network. And I already actually have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered on the PS4. But I'll just download it just so I can put it on the PS5 and have more stuff in the library. Besides that, I mean, I was literally sitting here trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to play today. And like I said, I just had no fucking idea on exactly what I was going to do. So, might as well get us a shot, see if I'm feeling it, and we'll just kind of go from there. If it's something that I see that I may be interested in, then we can keep it going and go from there. All right, I think email ringtone. What the fuck? Well, you can't really see that. Speaker type. Headphones in. Headphone volume. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Are easy to see. Let's go ahead and turn it all the way up.
Long have I waited for this day. I know you can't have forgotten my face. Do not pretend otherwise. Iamon was the name of the courtier you murdered in Suriga. That man was my father.
You don't mean you're that girl from before?
I'm not that girl anymore. I am a vagrant on a quest for vengeance. Do you know how many times I've awoken in the night, having dreamt of drawing this dagger? Today, finally, my blade will have its due!
Quiet! Men, have your way with her! You actually believe I would ever let myself be cut down by a mere woman? I will teach you your place, for I am none other than the fearsome Genji the Slasher, the legendary terror of Edo!
You fool of a man. Genji the Slasher is none other than I. Did you see that? Father.
Use 5 days of annual leave and 2 games.
Masumi. Did you finish cutting that confetti?
So hold on. So you're saying that? Hold on, let me pause this real quick. So I can get this clear. I I've been trying to put you on game for a long time, Trey. I don't know why you don't believe me when it comes to certain titles. I told you Death Stranding was way better than what it seemed like because everybody looked at it as a walking simulator. And I've been for how long? It's been years, Trey, since I was telling you about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. I don't know why you just don't learn, brother. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you.
What are you sitting around
I
for?
don't even know what to tell you.
We leave
I don't know what
first
to tell
in the
you.
morning.
I've been saying this shit for I don't know how long. I don't even know what to tell you anymore.
You got the audience to its feet and suddenly you think you're a star. This kind of money is nothing. So don't let it go to your head.
The remake is much better to get used to understand
Full little brat.
than the original. Now, granted, the original and the dialogue. No, I gotta pause this so I can make sure I get my words correct. So the original is a lot of dialogue to read, and with the remake, it all follows the same kind of path. Well, it follows the same path, but hearing the actual the dialogue between the characters, you can actually understand the story more. The story gets way more. It gets way better. This is only part one. I know exactly which one you're talking about, Trey. Trust me. It. I don't even know what to tell you, brother. I don't even know what to tell you. That's all I can say.
I can't believe this is how you treat your mother.
Yeah, I just.
I ought to make the next cut even deeper. And this time, not even your makeup will hide it.
Yoko, stop it.
Don't you dare try to order me around, Toshio. Who do you think keeps this whole damn show running? Tora-chan.
The music gets way better. I don't even do. I'm telling you, I was just the reason why when they had first started showing shit off with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I was telling you, and I was telling everybody that wasn't too privy of Final Fantasy VII of exactly the reason why I was so fucking hyped for that when the game first came out and when they actually announced it. So when the game finally released and how much I was actually into playing it,
Don't worry about the confetti. Let me give you a hand.
I gotta pause the shit again because I feel like I'm trying to pay attention to the game and trying to talk to you at the same time. And I just want to make sure I get this entire thing clear without getting sidetracked by listening to the dialogue of this. So when, like I said, when the game came out and I was talking about exactly how great that game was, and it's different. I mean, it's like you said, it is a niche thing. However, it is this shit is on a whole different level, brother. This shit is on a whole different level. Just imagine when you get deeper into the game and you think the music kicks in on the part that you're in now, and like I said, the music is way better as you get further into it, and when you get closer to the end of part one, like I I was absolutely speechless by how great this fucking game was. Now, the only caveat to this, the only thing that I wasn't really feeling myself per se was the aerial combat. That's the only thing I didn't really like about part one of it. But playing the Intergrade DLC actually improved that aspect of it. So it's just like, dude, I one of these days, Trey, you're gonna start really listening to what I'm telling you about certain titles.
Time to finish it in the truck tomorrow. I may never be an award-winning actor, but I've always been a masterful confetti cutter. Every actor needs a backup plan.
So have you've already played through Death Stranding,
What do you say we hit the town tonight?
or have you
Seems
just
like you're
downloaded it and just started
the two
playing it?
of us. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I I know for a fact that if both came out at the exact same time, I know I would lean more towards, and that would be more FF7 remake than Death Stranding. What's up, DJ?
Don't be like that.
But man,
When I was your age, my parents wouldn't even let me go to school.
yeah, it's man,
Why don't we treat ourselves today?
Death Stranding.
How about Peking duck, the king of Chinese food?
It's like I said,
The duck is
it's
caught in the sun, then roasted, and the skin comes out so crispy and delicious, you'll love it.
I know, man,
If it's the king of China,
and it's like
expensive.
the thing. Congratulations, DJ.
Don't worry about that.
The thing about Death Stranding,
For one night won't break the bank.
I got to keep pausing this shit. So the thing about Death Stranding is multiplayer, but it's not the type of multiplayer that people think it's going to be. And you're playing now at an aspect of where the game's been out for a while. So I played it when it first came out. So the stuff that they've added into the game now that you're playing it is 10 times better than what it was when I first started playing it. So now the stuff that people have actually added into it to make the trek a lot easier to get from one place to another makes it so much makes it so much more accessible for yourself compared to like I said, when I played it, it was still fresh. A lot of things weren't actually built, and they didn't have a lot of the stuff that you were able to actually do in Death Stranding when I had played it. So I can't imagine going back and playing it now and with all the additional stuff that they actually have. So you actually started playing Death Stranding at like a good point of where so many people have laid so much stuff down to help you out, and not only just like laying down bikes and ladders, but just bridges and all types of shit that they've actually added into it. Trust me, brother. You started playing Death Stranding at the right time that they actually added all this additional stuff now. So knowing how I felt about Death Stranding, and the ending fucked me up. I'm not even going to spoil it. But towards the end, that shit, man, and I don't get too emotional off of like video games in regards of like feelings wise. But fuck, man, Death Stranding, I was fucking crying. I was crying, not like a baby, but man, I was crying. I was crying like shit, man. The end fucked me up, and it was another point of a reveal that actually happened that fucked me up too, dude. Oh shit, dude. Bring back memories, man. Brings back memories. It's man, the reveal. Ooh man, the reveal. That's all I'm gonna say is the reveal. That game is so goddamn great, dude. So great. And I'm not even saying that because it's Hideo Kojima. That game itself is so.
Remember, these appetizers are just the bit players.
So I guess it's not really underrated, but it is underrated because people hear that game and they see it and they look at it like you said, like a walking simulator, but they don't know exactly how fucking great that story is. That's why I didn't want to. That's why I didn't even want to base what people were saying with that game off of. Oh, yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to base my opinion off of everything I was hearing other people say. That's why I had to play it for myself. And I understand it.
Dad?
Oh, that's the father.
Dad?
Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't want to base my opinion off of what everybody was saying about it, though, man. But man, I think
Here we are, the last day of the 20th century. And all I can think about is what I want for
well,
lunch.
I mean, like I said, I wanted to try it out,
AG.
see what it was like.
I sent Ichi out to do collections. On New Year's Eve?
If there's money on the streets and there's work to be done. Yakuza don't get holidays in Kamurocho.
I wouldn't even say Kojima gets so much hype about with Death Stranding. Death Stranding got shitted on so many people based off of hearing that it was like a walking simulator, but not knowing, like I said, the depth of the actual story. The storytelling in the game is what does it, honestly. Oh yeah. It was definitely hype, but when it came out, a lot of people shitted on the game because they just based it off of people saying it was a walking simulator.
Stop, damn it! Give up already!
Oh shit.
Wait up! Give up already! Stop, damn it! Leave me alone!
Okay, we're just about to say what the fuck just happened.
Looks like I shook him off.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I tell you that Final Fantasy VII is my favorite like JRPG like ever. Outside of like maybe Kingdom Hearts 2 and Vagrant Story, but FF7 is what got me into somewhat JRPGs. Even though I'm not into every single one of them. There's only certain ones that actually really that really like grab me. But FF7 is what is definitely what got me into it.
Actually, it is. Big time. Kids these days are entitled, man. They'll come bitching to the Arakawa family about porn scammers on our turf. Can't have that kind of shit staining our good name. So come on. Cough up the cash you squeeze out of them.
I actually haven't played 15 or What is it, 14 or 15? That's actually on the network. I haven't played that. I haven't played the most newest one yet.
Did you forget who you're dealing with?
Of course not. Just some Yakuza street trash who's gotta learn when to quit. Guess I'll just have to kick your ass. Choices.
All right, during battle, you will select actions to take using command menu on the bottom left corner of the screen.
That all you got? Cool.
Returnal is actually much better than you think, man.
Here we go.
I haven't even played Sifu yet. Okay, this is kind of like a, I guess a weird kind of combat system, but I'll get used to it.
I got it like this.
What's up, Tap? Okay, I'll get used to it. I can understand why you feel like that.
You okay?
I'm just wondering if this is going to be something that I may want to stream, or if it's something I play offline on my own free time.
Whoa, payday! That guy was pretty fucking loaded. He was always coming up with crazy business schemes back in the day. Well, some of them must have worked. The cash you got there might hit our quota today all by itself. What are you talking about? We're gonna give this whole back to those kids. After all the work we did to get it, man? Yeah, dude. Hold up. You want me to track down every single kid this guy shafted? For real? Yes, for real. What part of this is hard to understand? Nothing. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, Trey.
Yeah, look at this real quick. How bad is it? Fucker got me with his brass knuckles.
Well, like I said, we'll definitely give it its fair shake.
No, you idiot. I mean my hair. I just got it done. It was looking real fresh, too. I can't believe this shit, stupid Ushio. Let me see if I can fix it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. You just gotta, Don't touch him. I paid good money for this shit. Damn, I choked. I took a bunch of hits to the face.
If you had actually played the original, you would understand why why people would say that. It somewhat deviates from the original, but then seeing the news that they said about part 2, it actually still is going to coincide with the original. But if you had played the original, you would understand why because it blew my mind too. So I can understand that.
Okay, fine.
I can totally understand that.
Comes across that way.
But man, that game is just so fucking great, man.
Hero would do.
That shit is just so great.
Hero? Sure. I pretend I'm a hero when I fight. So what? When it's time to throw down, my brain just starts thinking in Dragon Quest terms. Again with the Dragon Quest? What's so great about it? Everything. It's an epic and dangerous journey, and that's exactly how I see real life. You do know.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Trey. I'm glad to hear that. Just do what I do. Just stay away from videos that actually explains the story of FF7.
I kill a guy over something as stupid as collection.
When you hear that, then it'll actually it'll actually spoil the ending in a way.
I like this life with our
But if you just want to go into it blind and just take it as is, then after you get done completing both part 2 when it comes out, and then because that's probably going to come out next year, I'm assuming, and then whenever part 3 comes out, then go back and look at explanation of the story, and then you'll better understand it, and then you'll start to see what people are saying in regards of like the ending of part 1 and how it's just kind of mindfuckery and things like that.
Maybe I could give this game of shit a chance. Do it, man. But first, let's give that money back to the kids who got scammed. Oh, right.
But yeah, brother, like I said, it was definitely one of those things that
Hit me up at the Sig Shop.
oh yeah, I yeah, I'm selective with what I start, because once I get into it, I gotta make sure I finish it before I start to move into something else.
Old man Takeo, how the heck are ya?
So I understand that, Tack.
Good. Hey, did you know Mama Michio is looking for you? She wanted you to swing by.
What's she need with me?
No clue. I'm just the messenger.
What's she gotten herself into now? Duty calls.
Since I played the original, how much more parts we gonna have, and how much is remake takes from the original? So the remake is going to be a total of 3 parts, and the remake actually pretty much it expands as far as it takes the original game and kind of expands on it, but it stays true. But it's like I said, for me, because I actually played the original and having to read the dialogue and understand the story by reading the dialogue versus playing the game and hearing the actual hearing the voice acting between the characters and the dialogue between the other characters and stuff like that, it helps to understand the game more. So I would say that, like I said, it really doesn't deviate from the original per se, but it definitely gives you a better understanding of what the original game was like. Do you remember how much I had been freaking out for Final Fantasy VII Remake when they first announced it, and then
Hey there, Ichi. You kept me waiting.
yeah, it's the same, like, dude, the same way
It's New Year's Eve.
the same way I felt about RE2 Remake when they had announced it. I felt that exact same way for FF7 Remake. And the only thing that I did as it got closer into as it got closer to the release of the release of FF7 Remake is that
At least I'm not drunk.
I just stayed away from a lot of the like close to launch trailers, so that way I didn't get spoiled by anything that I wasn't sure was going to be in the actual in the game, as far as aspects and different gameplay elements, and if they were showing like any type of summons and stuff like that. That's the only thing that I really stayed away from. Other than that, man, I enjoyed my fucking playthrough so much, man.
Your liver probably ain't so gorgeous. Keep it up, and your only drink's gonna be when they wash your grave.
I would tell you this much. What games am I looking forward to this fall? Let's pause this. Let's see. God of War is a definite. I honestly don't remember what else is coming out this year, but God of War is definitely at the top of the list. RE4 Remake, I'm looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to the DLC for Resident Evil Village, playing the game in oh yes, thank you, Callisto Protocol. I'm actually looking forward to the DLC for Resident Evil Village, as far as the not really the mercenaries mode per se, but the Rose DLC, and then also playing the game in third person perspective. It's going to change how the game, to me, feels with having that actual aspect of it. But definitely Callisto Protocol, RE4. When I think that comes out next year, if I'm not mistaken. But God of War, Callisto Protocol for sure. I think that's going to be such a dope ass game, man. To see something in the light of Dead Space in a way, but just more violent. I'm definitely looking forward to.
Perfect timing. We got a huge problem. What's wrong? The toilet's all clogged up.
So if anything else just happens to come out that I'm not privy of as far as within the rest of this year, then it just depends. But definitely those are like my top two games that I'm looking forward to the most.
Excuse me. I suppose it wasn't me who cleaned you up every time you shit yourself. I was a baby. Oh, you had accidents until
You play the games on easy.
killing me that
It's all good. It's all good, Trey. It's all good, brother. No need to explain. It's cool. And thank you guys again for tuning in on both Twitch and YouTube. Thank you guys for taking some time out of your night to come and chill with me. Hey man, it's all good, Trey. It's all good. I'm not going to I guess shame anybody for playing the game more easy. So it's cool.
Go.
Oh, it's cool, man. I don't For anybody that has an Xbox and a PlayStation or either or, it's all good. Like one has one benefit that the other one doesn't have, and vice versa. Menacing men. Select skills to unleash your special attacks. There are 3 types of skills. Attack, recovery, support. On-screen prompts may appear during skills which offer opportunities to deal extra damage. By pressing square repeatedly or by pressing triangle at the right time, cost MP to activate. Okay. Okay. Oh, I gotta continue to keep pressing. There we go.
Hold it together. Check this out. Come on now.
I don't know about Starfield, brother. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I don't know. I don't know about Starfield. To me, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on it. I probably won't play it. It Starfield would be something I actually end up skipping.
Hi.
Well, I mean, it doesn't. It's not going to change my mind in actually playing it. So, like I said, I'll probably pass on it myself. Let's see.
Pretty good.
Okay. HP, first aid kit. Yes, I'm not. I'm not interested in 1,000 planets. I actually didn't play the Quarry, Trey. I didn't play it. I actually didn't play it. I think I'm waiting on the Devil Inside to actually come out.
A toilet plunger?
Yeah, I didn't play the Quarry, brother. I don't know. Something about it just seemed off. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Buy one for them.
But I think I'm just waiting for the other one to come out, the Devil Inside.
And your age should be sending money to his family anyway.
You think I can afford that? I'm barely scraping by as is.
Well, then you need to leave that sorry Arakawa family and join a family with some real push, kid. Sure.
My wife actually asked me about that the other day. She seen a commercial for it, and she asked me, "Did I get it?" I was like, "No, I actually didn't get. I actually didn't get it."
Arakawa-san, and I never abandoned him.
Aren't you an obedient little dog? Hey, I heard something real cute about you. You're babysitting Arakawa's kid? Ah, itchy the nanny.
Hey, look, the young master's the same age as me. He's not a kid.
Young master? What is this, the 18th century?
Besides, I'm not babysitting him. I'm his caretaker.
I normally do too, Trey, but I just didn't play it this time around.
No.
I just didn't play it.
So he needs a big, strong Yakuza at his side every time he wants some fresh air? Arakawa
The way I kind of looked at it
his old
with this one, I kind of
surprise.
got a feel of House of Ashes in regards of like it was House of Ashes was okay. It wasn't great. It was just okay, and I kind of got that same feel with the Quarry.
Did you give those high schoolers their money back?
Yep. Never seen kids happier to see a Yakuza before. It all worked out.
See, they ain't so bad.
Dude, there's no reason to be happy about it. If we don't score big on our next job, the captain's going to kill us.
I know that. What is our next job anyway?
It's a shakedown. Our Mark borrowed 500K from a loan shark and hasn't paid back a single yet. And apparently, he's immune to Yakuza threats. We thought we'd give it a shot, so we bought the loan.
Well, let's go, man.
Yeah, I would say those are definitely the best two out of the ones that released so far that I played. I would agree there.
Hey, by the way, Captain Sawashiro said to pull out all the
Until Dawn is still like
so we might have to rough
Until Dawn was
All right. So
to be the best.
now.
I hear he hangs out around Public Park 3 a lot. I'll go on ahead and scope it out. Meet me over there, okay?
Until Dawn is always going to be the best one to me. Head to the Public 3 Park.
Oh, Haniki.
Is our guy here?
Sure is. Look over there.
Yeah, totally agree, Trey. Totally agree.
That's Hiratsuka.
That dude, huh?
Do you know him?
Forget it. Let's go.
Hey there, Hiratsuka.
Mhm.
Enjoying a little break, are we? Having a smoke while your moocher ass still owes a ton of money? Oh, you think we won't beat you to a pulp? That other family went easy on you, but we won't. The Arakawa family doesn't fuck around. If you don't want to get hurt, get out your wallet.
This is a big ass dude.
Hey, you think I won't do it?
I can't pay back what I can't pay back.
That's all there is to it.
I see you're still just coasting on your side.
Yeah, it kind of. Do you feel like?
How'd you know that, Nick?
Do you feel like Supermassive is kind of?
Don't you remember,
I
pal?
guess you could say starting to kind of get equivalent to
So cool to play with kids.
Telltale games
You were the only one big enough.
in regards to how the formula is.
Oh, I remember. You're Soapy Ichi. And if this guy's your pal, that must mean you ended up in the Yakuza. Shocker.
And I heard you joined the JSDF, only to flunk out and come crawling back here. Life's a bitch, huh?
Yeah, it is. So deal with it somewhere else.
No can do, pal. We gotta deal with it right here, because we're Yakuza. See, Yakuza orders are mandatory, and my orders are to get your wallet. So hand it over.
I told you, I don't have any money.
Come on, great son. Let's make this easy. All I need is your wallet. I don't want to get rough with you. You understand, right?
You saying that even a grown-ass man is scared of my power bombs?
I'm saying I don't want to see the strongest guy in middle school tap out. Be a shame if that was your peak.
Huh. Sounds like Soapy Ichi needs to taste the dirt again. You want it so bad? Try and take it.
Here we go. Tag match, Aniki. Not this time. You be the referee. I want him.
Yeah, and I think even though Supermassive games are so great in regards to like twists and story and graphics, holy shit! The fuck does he? Yo, you got a big ass hammer in his hand. Oh shit!
Check this out. Come on now. Cool.
You can actually you can actually adjust the level of difficulty on Returnal Tray, so you don't have to you don't have to think it's as bad as it seems. Don't sleep on Returnal Tray. Don't sleep on Returnal. Do not sleep on Returnal.
You're still pretty strong.
Yes, you can adjust the level of difficulty.
Strong enough. Say goodbye to your wallet.
Please, beat me up if that's what your boss wants. But don't take my money.
Well, looky here. He did have the cash. This fucking lowlife had no intention of paying it back.
Hey, wait. What are you doing?
Aniki! What? Just getting all the junk out of his wallet first, man.
Looks more like money to me.
Alright, great son. Like I said.
What do I think of the good old debate that games should have an easy mode?
Okay.
I honestly, personally, don't really chip off of it myself. Because, like you said, I can see both sides of it, and it's not even like I'm trying to ride the fence on one side or another.
He'll pay it off.
But
We just give him time.
How you figure that?
here's the way I see it.
He's out here working at
Here's the way I see it. The progression that you get from playing Souls-like games in regards of let's just say Elden Ring, Demon Souls, Returnal, things like rogue-like games, or games almost in the same sense of Demon Souls and all the other ones. I can understand that. And so for me, I love to see the progression that you actually do, or the type of game that you get by seeing your progression, knowing the way that you had first initially started to what you look like when you're actually playing it at a deeper part of the game that's more difficult, but knowing the ins and outs and seeing the type of stuff that you've learned as you actually play different parts of the game and fighting different types of enemies and stuff like that. But it's understandable as far as like a casual person that's not really that deep into it, that wants to take that initial time to really sit down and grind and learn and progress and things like that. Like, I can understand that. So it's kind of like a catch-22. You can either deal with it, or as you said, get good, as they say in the comments, or you can just be selective in regards of knowing that games or difficult games that's going to have a way of actually changing the difficulty to make it more suitable for yourself, and you're not sitting there driving yourself crazy. For me, I don't mind the difficult games itself because it only helps me to improve more as a gamer when it comes to certain things. And it's always like a challenge knowing that hard ass games that I played before, especially as a kid. You got to remember, I came up from like the NES era. That shit didn't have no level, no selecting of difficulty levels. Like, you had to play it as is. So any hard ass game that you played it as is. So that's where it comes for me, and why I can deal with the roguelike type games and Demon Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring and stuff like that. That's why it doesn't bother me now.
So she was happy because her son was back in Kamurocho, taking care of her. So that money Hiratsuka borrowed was.
I played maybe 10 minutes of it or 30 minutes of it, or probably about an hour, and I stopped playing it. It's not my type of game.
We're not going back empty-handed. We were asked to snatch the dude's wallet. And look, that's exactly what we snatched.
You know that's not what the captain meant.
Hey, speak of the devil.
For real?
Hello, this is Ichiban.
You're slow. I told you to pick up within 2 rings.
Sorry, Captain.
Don't tell me you're still out there doing collections.
Just finished up the last one, sir. I'm about to head back to the office.
That'd be great. Except right now you should be with the young master.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll be there as fast as I can.
What good is that? He still has to wait for you. Why are you always slow as shit?
I'm sorry, sir.
Just move your ass. And don't take him anywhere.
Yeah, it's understandable, Trey. The same way that you kind of feel about the Nintendo Switch is how I felt about the PlayStation, like the Vita and stuff like that. That's my phone.
Damn it.
They put
I
it.
can't believe
The
I
fuck?
forgot. Mitsu, take this back to the office for me.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm not gonna be the one to hand
Cool.
this into the captain.
Thank you.
You just let me know when the young master lets you off your
Okay, baby. Let me ask you this question. So, Trey asked a couple questions. Supermassive Games.
Oh, what we talking about?
So remember, the company that does Until Dawn and Telltale,
Okay.
the Walking Dead games.
I know what Telltale is.
Do you feel like they're about the same as far as genre is concerned?
Yes, as far as the type of game, but nowhere in comparison.
Why would you say that?
I just think the graphics and the storytelling.
Which one you feel like is better?
Until Dawn.
So Supermassive Games and stuff. You feel like it's better than Telltale?
I mean, it's two different. Well, yeah, because they both horror. But I mean, Telltale is just more cartoony. Even though, of course, it's game style, but I mean, it just looks more realistic. It just gets you more in. I mean, no shit. I was involved in both, but I don't know. I just like Until Dawn better.
The other question. How do you feel about difficult games having the option of selecting the level of difficulty versus just playing it as is? Have you ever played like a difficult game where it was hard as hell for you and you couldn't change the difficulty? You just had to play it as is?
Like I couldn't go out and change it to easy?
Correct.
I don't think So what?
So the question.
Was the game that I used to Shimu? Did it have
Oh shit! I forgot you played Shenmue.
Did that have a difficulty?
No.
Level? Okay, so that one.
So if that had a way of changing the difficulty, would you welcome it, or would you just play it as is, knowing that?
I play Shamu as is. Cause like, how would you make Shamu easy, medium, or hard? Like, I mean, of course, the fighting probably would be.
That's the biggest thing.
But I think I used to get lost because I would forget something.
Do you feel like playing it on a harder difficulty made you better at it, at fighting in it, or do you feel like it didn't really do anything?
Fighting wasn't the issue with me. Like I said, I think what made me stop playing it is because I did something wrong and I couldn't go back and I couldn't figure it out or something, and I needed something for something. That's how most of the games end for me. Because I stopped playing Resident Evil because when I got to the part where you had to go on the rooftop and wait for the helicopter to come and you was fighting off the thing, I didn't have enough bow and arrows or whatever the fuck it is you need.
That's actually Trey. He said play Cuphead or a game called Demon. You won't play Demon Souls or
Cuphead either, because that's about demons too.
Huh?
Ain't Cuphead about demons?
No, he's
What's
talking
Cuphead
about he's talking about the level of difficulty on how the game is.
Okay, what is Cuphead about?
It's just you shooting different, just fighting different enemies, different bosses and stuff. But the game is difficult. That's all.
I don't know what my gunman skills levels is at anymore. I haven't. Like, did I play the last game from the Until Dawn people?
No, some of the one that you see in the commercial for the Quarry. No, we both of us never played it.
It's out?
Yeah. Trey was just not asking me about that.
Why we ain't played that?
I just didn't play it, baby. We didn't get it.
So,
Okay, so she's telling me that I need to get it so she can play it.
so we can play it?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, there you go, Trey.
Also, I
Yes.
like Until Dawn better than Telltale because it felt like my decision to actually change the game. With Telltale's, I felt like it had a set ending. So even though you pick stuff, it didn't. It only changed it slightly.
I can understand that.
So like, if I decided Until Dawn to do something that could literally kill my player, or it could save my player, I could not save Lee. No matter what I did. So it didn't matter if I cut his fucking arm off or not. His ass was dying regardless.
So the thing, Trey, when the Telltale games first came out with The Walking Dead, me and my wife would find out when it actually came out, and we would literally sit there and like she would play it and I would watch her and I would help her make the decision on what to do. When Lee's arm got bit, we was we was fucked up about it. Like we was fucked up about it. We was so mad by the time we got done playing that one part. Like we was so pissed. We was so pissed. We was so pissed. And so it would have been funny like if I was actually into YouTube and streaming at that time to see how. Perfect example. All right, perfect example. When The Walking Dead ended on a cliffhanger, and you was in the background, and I was pissed because they ended it on a cliffhanger, and I threw the fucking pillow. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how mad we were when that happened. No, I'm telling Trey. No, I'm telling Trey.
Oh.
That's how.
But no, because it was because you're going all the way around the mother.
I'm not.
Yes.
I'm really not.
It was asinine because I played it a certain way, thinking I was gonna save him, and then when Aaron played, he played the other way. It was like, all right, he's gonna get saved now. Like, no.
Nah, still just the shock of him seeing him get his arm bit. That's how we both felt. Man. Identical to when The Walking Dead ended on the cliffhanger.
That game pissed me
off.
Pissed me off.
Yeah.
But Until Dawn, graphics is amazing. The storyline is amazing. My choices actually made or broke someone's lifeline. Like, yeah, you really had to think with that one. For real, for real.
Yeah, with the supermassive games, yeah.
And it's like you control how somebody feels about you. Like, you gotta choose who you want to feel what about you. Like, yeah, their games is a little bit more. So the people that made Detroit, who's that?
That's
What is that?
talking about who's the developer.
Who's that?
Yeah. Let me see. Sorry, let me look at this real quick, just out of curiosity. Sort alphabetical. What was the game again?
Detroit.
I just had a brain fart. They made Heavy Rain. No, this is from dating back from PlayStation 3.
So I can play all of those?
Yes. I would have to download them onto the console.
We're gonna look into that tonight.
Pretty sure. Who actually? I don't know who made Detroit. It's certain. Nah, I would have to actually go through the devs. Quantum Dreams is who did it.
Do they got any other games?
Heavy Rain.
I didn't.
You didn't play that. You was playing. You and Kiki was playing a different game.
And you know what other game? You know that's my game.
Of course not. It's
When I was just standing in the mirror.
Yuno-san's birthday.
Oh yeah. Hey Trey. Hey, remember when we was playing? When we was just now playing. Just talking about Detroit, and when she was just standing in front of the mirror with the dude in the wheelchair, she just said that seeing this part just reminded her of when she did that.
I didn't have much, so it's not the greatest. Whatever. As long as you didn't tell Dad about this.
But yeah, what's that game that I was on a motorcycle shooting zombies?
Oh, Days Gone.
Who made that?
Yes, sir.
I don't remember. They didn't.
He still treats me like
They didn't. Not making a sequel to it
he's
though.
just worried about you. You mean
I
a
don't
lot.
even remember how it ended. I should
Don't talk like you know me.
Can you get that on it?
Sorry.
Yes.
I knocked them
The-
motherfuckers zombies out the. Man, they used to give me an adrenaline rush. I'd be sitting there, you know, when you gotta, when they be all in the pile.
Yeah.
And I used to just have to.
The
run
hordes.
there. Yeah, and kill them all. It used to give me an adrenaline rush because I'm like,
It's only certain games that she played, and I mean like really played, put a lot of time into it. Days Gone is one of them.
the first.
The Watch Dogs game, the first Watch Dogs game, she like put a lot of time into. And then GTA Online, GTA Online on PS4, on PS3.
Yeah, because I had a whole group of friends and everything.
She was playing the game longer than me.
I was up all night long.
Fuck all night. The next morning, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, just hearing speaking of GTA, it's a female protagonist.
Is it in Washington D.C. yet?
I doubt it. But it's a female. You was asking about a female protagonist.
I was, but I also wanted it to be in Washington D.C. or based off of Washington D.C.
Well, the closest thing we had to that was going to be that Walking Dead game, which got canceled.
But yeah, I want a GTA to have all of Washington D.C. Northwest, Southwest,
I don't think it would be interesting.
Southeast, and I wanted to have the VA over the bridge. I wanted to have plots of P.G. Merlin.
I don't think that wouldn't be in this current time. It wouldn't be interesting
Why the fuck won't it?
because
It will always be interesting. It's DC.
no, they would have to do it in a certain era, like the crack era, the 80s.
Okay, they can base it around the 80s. They went to the fucking 70s. 70s with Miami Vice?
No, it just hasn't been.
No, that was 80s.
That's all.
That was the 80s.
Vice City was 80s.
Injected here.
Was it?
Yes.
That's how they were.
The music in Vice City was no, it definitely was not the
Scarface
70s.
came out when?
80s.
I thought Scarface came out in 79.
It's like the eight. If it's not 79, it's like the 80s, the early 80s.
Well, yeah. But they can go back to the 80s then. They can go to the 90s. Boom, the 90s.
Was that the crack
That was
crack
the
era,
yes.
crack epidemic?
Yes.
Young
It was
master?
the late 80s.
Young master?
They'll probably make it more political, if anything, which I
Or
don't.
you can go around the time that Trump was in office.
That definitely would not. No, that would not be.
They might have a side mission where you gotta run in the White House. I feel like the side mission of running in the White House will entice a lot of people.
You said GTA 6 will have a
And not
Latina
because
female
I
in
wouldn't
Miami.
do anything for it. Just say that. It's just because, like, who wouldn't want to like run around in the White House?
Yeah, I don't think they would really have to be selective in what they do with that if they do it in DC, which I just don't. It's not too many landmarks in DC besides downtown stuff. It besides the White House and the Capitals, what else is popular in DC?
Enough.
That's not enough.
Washington D.C. is enough. You got the White House, you got the Capitol, you got the Monument, you got all the museums, you got the Tidal Basin, you got the Anacostia River, you got
That
so much.
that shit is not interesting
You
for
got
anybody to
Lincoln
play.
Memorial. It's interesting for everybody who hasn't seen it. It's not interesting for us because we live here, because we can see it any Saturday we choose.
Trey said DC is just as boring as
Trey,
Cleveland.
asked you.
I don't take offense to that, Trey. I don't take offense to it. I mean, I'm a realist, and I know
Well, okay.
coming tourists don't come to fucking DC to go visit Maryland, unless they're going to the casino, and even with that, they're selective.
Anything about murder, it's just in there because we
But
got some hood areas.
people only come to DC to only see the White House,
Okay.
the monument.
Got you. Understand that. But listen to me. From my idea. On GTA now and in the map now, half of the time is in trailer parks.
It's not.
You're going up in mountains and it ain't nothing but trees and shit and fucking shit. What the hell? It's not nothing. What is major on the GTA map now?
What do you mean? What's major in the GTA map now?
Okay, what's
That
map
it stretches so far, and it goes
But,
into.
I mean, but other than what's in the city part, it's just like how it is here. You got the little major area that's all in the one section.
No.
Hold on, section. And then when you go out, you got those nice big houses that the more medium income, larger and medium income family lives. Then you got outstretches where the mansions are and da 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 da. And then you got nothing but mountains. You got trailer parks here. They can set the map up the same way, and it'll just be cool because you got the DC setting.
I don't think so.
And you
man.
can write some cool stuff with a DC storyline
I don't think
in
so.
a video game.
I don't think so. Honestly,
Whatever. I'm thinking about the writer's point, and yeah,
I mean,
it's interesting.
I understand you coming from a writer's aspect, but aesthetically,
yeah,
it ain't.
aesthetically, you can
It
make
ain't
that
nothing,
cool.
baby. It ain't nothing interesting with
Technically,
anything.
they ain't nothing interested in no damn
Yes,
place.
it
Then.
is.
If you looking at it like that, for whoever goes, like for me, I am a history buff. So wherever I go, I want to go to a museum. DC is full of museums, and it's cool museums. I still go to the museums even though I live here.
That's
so, like,
that's
so
different.
That's what I'm saying. It's stuff that like you can run in the museum and bust at the fake elephant. Like I don't like it's different things you can do.
It ain't. It's nothing appealing here. That's
like
going
one
to,
of the missions could be breaking into the treasury or whatever.
No, it's not. No.
And
no,
then you
no,
gotta
no,
make
no,
sure
no.
you don't get your 5 stars or something.
No, I'm sorry.
Whatever.
It's nothing about
GTA need to hit me up.
nothing about this area is going to be interesting.
So
Why do you think?
what makes California more interesting? Because you living in a city full of people that stars.
It's Hollywood. It's the Hollywood aspect itself is already appealing to people. It's. Are you serious?
It's overdone.
But that's appealing.
What the fuck?
That's
for?
extreme. That's way
It's
more
the
appealing.
Hollywood sign. It's a bunch of superstars in big houses. Okay.
It's not even just that.
So
It's the lifestyle.
Make New York not appealing? What would make Miami not appealing? What
They've had it in New York.
They made to Miami, but what made
They've had
Miami
it-
appealing other than the beach or the colorful
Oh my God.
things?
Are you
like
serious?
I'm just saying, different cities have different aspects that make them appealing to
But
whoever.
they've had it in New York.
Okay, I know they had that.
Okay, so what are you talking
But
about?
which one was
Spirit?
New York?
Liberty City.
And that was boring.
No, it wasn't.
The fuck? I'm talking about the
You
city
played.
itself.
Hold on. You played. Hold on.
Not
No,
the
no,
game.
no,
You're
no,
getting me
no.
mistaken with the game part aspect. I'm not saying that the game was boring. I'm saying like there wasn't nothing popping. Like you couldn't go into buildings for real. Like I'm thinking about cool buildings you can go into. Just like in New York now, like if I would have built the game, I would have made it so you could go into different things and just sidebar when people are just playing and they just destroying stuff. The cool stuff to go run into. That's what my thinking is. So when they did it in New York, no, the map was you went to the Red Lounge, whatever the fuck that was. You went to whatever house. You went here. It was a city. The point is, it's a city you're driving in, and I'm just thinking about side missions and things you can run into that will make DC a cool city to use.
It's nothing.
Okay, Aaron.
It's nothing.
Okay, Aaron.
The only thing that the biggest thing that we have, the biggest thing we have that's unique to us.
What did they
say? It's Trey right now. So the biggest thing that we have that's unique compared to any other city is the go-go music.
Hold on. Oh,
That's the biggest thing
yes.
that's unique. What do you mean?
Okay, yes, that's cool. The go-go music, but I think we're just not thinking of like it. Okay, hold on. I just want to read.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point too, Trey, but I mean, I'm just looking at it from the aspect as far as like from a gamer's perspective. Like nothing unless if they ever do one in DC and they totally throw me off, which I don't foresee them doing another GTA for a long time after Part 6. But if they do another one and they do it in DC, like I don't know what the hell they're gonna do to make it appealing.
Oh my God! It could be a drug person. They could even base it off of Wayne Perry. They can base it off of a corrupt. They could do a storyline of a corrupt politician or something that's running around in DC. They could do
So
much.
do you think it will be something more between DC and ATL? What would you choose?
Because I don't know too much about ATL.
The biggest thing that I know that they had there was the Olympics.
I mean,
And
yeah,
that was
so,
in like 96, 97.
That's just like Philly. You got the thing that Rocky ran, but at the end of the day, like
It's nothing.
when I seen it in person, it wasn't impressive. So like, I feel like no matter what city you use, the game itself, as long as the game entraps you with a storyline and you got shit to do in the game, just to play, like even if you're not playing your missions, the point of the game is to play it as long as possible.
Right.
So people can continue to buy it and to continue to buy the power packs or whatever the fuck you call it. You know what I'm saying? To make the game more interesting or keep people online. So you have to make an open map. And I feel like DC has a lot of cool things in DC alone. And DC is a big ass city where you can run into big ass houses. You can run into stuff. They can give you some type of background history about DC as you're doing the shit. Like, you know how on
You didn't even want to give a goddamn history
like
lesson
that,
to DC.
but you
as
know,
you're
like
playing?
when we played what was that? You know how we play Until Dawn, and as you're reading stuff, it reads you a little story. They could do shit like that.
They're not going to do that.
I mean, but that's a whole different
that's
gaming
a
aspect.
different genre.
Yeah, that's a different
not-
gaming aspect. But I'm just saying these are different ideas that DC could present in a video game. That's just what I'm thinking. So like if I was on the VIP table, I could definitely sell that, and if depending on how they want their game, like this is how you could do this. And I personally, because I'm in DC, I will run to certain buildings. DC alone, Virginia alone, Maryland alone will run to certain buildings that they know of if it's open. Like if it's a part of an open map and you can just openly freely run in, we'll run in there and just destroy stuff or see if you can break into something or what you can just see and tour around. Like it'll be fun. I think, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand your perspective. I just know that for a GTA game, it's got to be something that's appealing, both aesthetically and appealing. And outside of downtown DC, like it's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. But it has on the map of GTA right now. So if you take the San Francisco map, whatever, outside of what's appealing in the middle of San Francisco, when you're driving in the mountains, like it's not appealing. So when you come out of DC, like when you're driving in certain parts of Virginia or Upper Marlboro, that's not going to be appealing. It's just there for a part of the map. So that's the same thing. They're going to have to drive out to Upper Marlboro to talk to Miguel about selling this coke in the middle of DC or something like that. Like, and then they're going to have to drive back to DC. And you know what I'm saying? It's just a map.
I don't know.
It's just a map.
I don't know.
Like no matter where you go, all maps look the same. You got a central part of a map. You got bullshit around it. Either it's rich bullshit, poverty bullshit, some hood bullshit that think they rich. You got the trailer park bullshit. You got all types of that makes a map.
I mean, you're right there. I can't disagree with that. I just personally don't see. I'm not a hater. Just come up with something. I would love to see something take place in DC, but I just know, like the most interesting thing that they was going to do was that Walking Dead game, and it was in post-apocalyptic type stuff.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but I'm sure you can. What am I ordering?
So yeah, I just know like
What you ordering?
that's up to her, man.
Did you ask them to?
Um,
Down on the couch. Aaron, what you want for dinner?
I mean, if it's something to make everybody to eat for everybody, just get some pizza, I guess.
We just had pizza.
I'm gonna hit him. Aaron, I'm gonna have to hit you.
Why you gonna? Well, I guess chicken. I don't know.
I guess Popeyes. What time is it?
It's 9:05.
Popeyes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, I just know that certain things are appealing when it comes to different games, and certain things are appealing, certain things are not appealing. And if they would have to surprise the shit out of me if they really did a GTA game for DC, and if they did it, what would be the storyline behind it? What would be the time frame or the era?
It need to be the 90s
and
city era.
Hey, because it can't be anything else other than that. And then just knowing aesthetically the type of stuff that DC has around, like outside of like downtown DC, and the rest of it is like real hood. Like I feel like it's way more hood than it was in like Los Santos in regards to a lot of the stuff that's in DC.
And they can even have a part of the map where you drive to Baltimore, because you know how Baltimore versus DC.
Do I think we will ever get a mainstream game out GTA outside the US? You did actually. It was the older GTA. I want to say it's like
Kiki, got a question for you, honey. If GTA came out with a game, right, and it was based in DC, do you think that would be aesthetically a good idea?
Probably not.
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like.
She's probably thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. It's nothing aesthetically appealing
It
to
was
being in
nothing
DC.
aesthetically in none of the games. Like technically, it's the
Hey,
same
Popeyes
thing.
is closed. It closed 3 minutes ago.
Oh wow.
Now what? That's why I said I should have came in earlier.
It's not even really a tiebreaker for real, Trey. I mean, it's like I said, for me personally, like as much as I would love for a GTA game to take place in DC, realistically speaking, I don't foresee it. I don't. I honestly don't.
Cause just imagine on the Monument lawn, you know how people just run in or just walking around and just somebody just be like,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's different
run past and boom.
it's different aspects that I can it's different aspects that I can see. The Timbys Nugget Mill. It's different aspects that I can understand as far as like what will seem appealing, but outside the White House, the monuments, the museums, it's nothing else. There's nothing else. Large too as well, Kiki. Please.
What drink do you want?
Sweet tea. But yeah, man, I personally, I only played the beta. I have not played it since then. Go ahead.
Now that I think about it, they probably won't do DC because that's probably, with the certain people out here that feel certain ways, they're gonna think that that's gonna encourage people to go to DC and do certain things. So because people can't, but gain from being reality, they definitely probably won't do that.
Yeah, I just post-apocalyptic DC. Yes, I can see.
Yeah, that's definitely a good go-to. But I just feel like the storyline of the Chocolate City '90s drug era post-crack epidemic would be a good storyline.
I get it. Yeah, I agree. It's just outside of that. You said watch GTA come out and take place in DC. Nah, if it's a Latina female as a protagonist, then
Shit, they would be based. Never mind.
Aaron, what sauce do you want? I keep finding, scrolling down, there's more options.
Ranch and buffalo.
No, just ranch.
Okay, just ranch. Hey, come here.
Hold on 1 second. She's about to say some crazy shit.
No.
Hold on 1 second. You said you can't wait to be a badass Latina because, oh man, Trey. Okay.
There is a big Latina influence in DC area.
Now, not back then.
Shit.
Not back then. Not no.
In the 90s?
No, hell no.
No, not in the 90s. No.
I know. That's crazy.
The 90s, it was New York and
Miami.
You said
No, I'm talking about that was working with DC. It would be New York a lot.
Oh,
You said pickle and lettuce or just pickle?
Pickle and sauce.
so yeah. I think that was a funny conversation though. I just realized that we had just been chatting for a good 30 to 40 minutes. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream. I appreciate you all for joining. We'll reconvene tomorrow, and then
I was on the way to go.
appreciate you guys joining again.
Go ahead.
Have a good night, everybody.